Did the gun finally jam? Let's break down James's gun, like his gun, and what makes a James Gunn film a James Gunn film, and if Superman still has his biggest flaws. Now, I'm not the biggest gun guy, even though I did have a teacher that worked on the Suicide Squad, so I have a very special connection to that movie, but I'm definitely not a Snyder head. I do love it when the fandoms fight. Sitting on the sidelines is just so fascinating. But let's start with his biggest weakness, with his muzzle. Now, Disney probably did a little gun control. Since his film Super 2010 was so wild, this was before he directed the Guardians of the Galaxy trilogy. He also directed a film called Slither, and there's a very clear difference between these movies and the movies he makes today. Nowadays, his films will undercut emotional moments for a joke. The Guardians of the Galaxy are definitely guilty when it comes to this, but it's probably just a Marvel thing because his other films have a lot less of it. It's still there, but it isn't as egregious. Now, for the important question, does Superman do it? Kinda. It's a bit more restraint than a typical Gunn film, but it's definitely still there. If you don't like James Gunn's movies, you won't like this one. I think it worked in this movie, but a few jokes could have been cut. Now, let's highlight a positive. James Gunn's trigger bold creative risks. Every one of his movies have these, artistic flares. They all make his films very unique, and it manages to set him apart from all the other comic book directors. Plus, his unique camera work that low-key looks like a video game, like it even has the transition to gameplay shot. It's just visually interesting. But the question is, does Superman have bold creative risks? It felt pretty unique, just like most of James Gunn's films. There's lots of these little moments, like for example, one time when Superman was flying, an eagle sound effect is played. It's kinda cool. There's other moments too, but I do need to rewatch the movie. Next we have the barrel of the gun. Now this is a very vague point, but I'm really talking about his specialties. Now all his movies have great VFX, but sometimes it looks a little too clean. And where the barrel jams is when the story takes a backseat to have some really unnecessary scenes or shots, like how every single one of James Gunn's films have tentacles. Like it fits fine in a horror movie like Slither, but how does Super have tentacles in him? On top of that, in that movie, there's a very unnecessary scene with Libby. If you've seen the film, you'd know. So does Superman do this? Not really, but Superman does have this black goo or these robot things come out of his mouth. Normally, this wouldn't be weird, but this man has a reputation. Also, Element Man squirts on bad guys. Next, we have his magazine, Music. Every one of James Gunn's films have these really well-placed musical segments that really hits. Now, Superman barely has these type of segments. The only time licensed music is played is during fights, but I think that song was kind of mid. He did set the bar kind of high. I feel like Gunn grew as a director and felt like he didn't need this crutch because the purpose of music is to drive the emotion of the scene, and Superman doesn't need that to drive the emotion. It does have the score. I'm just talking about licensed music. And if Starman started playing, that would be kind of cringe. Lastly, my final point are his characters. Now, this is my biggest fear before watching Superman. I knew James Gunn was going to make a solid film, and most of the points in this video are nitpicks, but I never truly loved his main characters. Don't get me wrong, they're all well written and good, but they're always just missing something for me. It's the unquantifiable. And even though I think David Corenswet is the best Superman, I don't know. I just feel like something's missing. I don't know. Maybe it's Clark Kent. But overall, I love the movie. It's beautiful, heartwarming, and a good time. My only real flaws with the movie are that it's too short, and it has some weird editing at times. But sometimes it's great. I don't know. It's kind of weird. I feel like there was a lot of last minute changes because the beginning is a bit messy. Also, please fire the marketing department. They spoiled so much of this movie. But to summarize my thoughts, it feels like an episode of Superman the Animated Series. But it doesn't feel like a season premiere or a finale. It's just a random episode. So, did the gun jam? No, not yet. And my opinion matters because I'm not an Indian kid.
Every once in a while, there'll be somebody who'll say something. It's always the weirdest stuff. It's never what you expect. Some weird thing that I go, God, that guy, I'm going to, and then I go, I think I might be getting upset about something a 12-year-old in India is saying. You know what I mean? I'm like,
thanks for watching. Remember to subscribe, like the video, comment how you felt, or if you disagree with me. But I do have to admit, I'm biased. I was secretly in this movie. When they go into the portal, I was there on the computer going crazy.